Now, we don't really have any time for questions and answers, but I thought we would just spend 1 or 2 minutes, just quick questions, remembering that you've got a whole big session this afternoon to go into in-depth questions for Mitch. But while both of them are up here, we've got an Australian example, an American example of excellent practice. Anyone who has a quick question only, please put up your hand. Well, there you go. Oh, here we go. There's a microphone coming.
This is a question for Mitch. Mitch, could you tell us what the chameleon thing is you have?
I'm sorry.
What is it, sorry?
Oh, chameleon program?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty popular in the States. Very extensive program for animal control. Our dispatch is all done that way. We used to have the sheriff's office do the dispatch, but we internalized it a little over a year ago because Chameleon has a dispatch function in there. And we found that police dispatchers don't care about the animal stuff. So they wouldn't get the right information. They weren't very nice to the people. So our sergeants now rotate into dispatch and handle that function and use the Chameleon software program, the dispatch element of it. It's really a super program for the entire shelter. It can do things that we don't even use it for, such as inventory and things of that nature as well. But all of our records are kept on that. It can run reports about anything, which is nice when you're trying to report to the community how things are going, or let the politicians know what the statistics are. And so, again, if you can't measure it, it's hard to manage it. And this thing is phenomenal. So if you want information on that, you can email me and I can send you the link to that. But it's a phenomenal program. There's a pretty good learning curve on learning it. But once you get it down, it's a phenomenal program.
Are there any other quick questions? Yes.
Hi, Mitch. Just a quick question for you. You mentioned that you work with the Nevada Humane Society and that you also cooperate on cat trap neuter return. And it sounded to me like you'd got the county to embrace that relatively recently. I'm just wondering how difficult a process that was, and were there any keys to you getting them over the line to support that? Because it's something that we just, at a government level here, it's in the too hard basket for most governments.
Yeah, TNR is very controversial. It's just recently that you're seeing more and more communities within the United States embrace the trap, neuter, return approach. The reality is there's more feral cats in society in our country than there are pet cats. And the idea that you're going to trap and euthanize and solve the problem is totally unrealistic. So TNR is the only thing that has any chance of working, and since it's a more cost-effective way for government to do it, you just can't win the war. All you can do is manage it. And so it doesn't take a lot to convince someone that economically, even if they wanted to extinguish all feral cats and eradicate those from their community, it's impossible to do unless you were going to start poisoning and doing things that are, again, a threat to public safety, a greater threat to public safety than the cats represent. Managing them with a TNR program is the only economical solution. So it's not too hard to convince them when you do the math on it. There'll always be those who are convinced that it doesn't work. But to trap it, spay and neuter it, they ear tip them and vaccinate them and re-release them back to where they were. And then they have colony caregivers that manage those and feed them, and they're registered. And you're seeing this, again, throughout our country growing by leaps and bounds as the best solution to the problem.
And I wish we had time for a whole presentation on that, Mitch. We might have to get you back another time.